What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Veterans with Pete Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Okay, hope y'all had a fantastic weekend. Of course, Saturday was riding in the Wearing of the Green Parade. Yesterday, a little more low key. Went to church, got to walk around the mall with Drew. He loves doing that on Sundays. And I put him in the wagon and I pushed him around the mall. Got to see my sister and her family who were in town from Kansas. And of course, watched LSU drop game 3 to Texas A&M. Definitely a bummer. Because you were in prime position to sweep on the road. But I think, yesterday is a reminder just how hard it is to win on the road in the SEC. So to go on the road when the series was great, to drop game 3, especially the manner in which you did, is disappointing, no doubt. If you missed it, LSU scored 4 in the top of the first, got up to a 4-0 lead, and led throughout until they allowed a 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th. So LSU was leading 6-4. They were 6 outs away, and they allowed a 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th, in large part due to a lot of self-inflicted wounds. So A&M did come up with a couple of run-scoring singles in the 8th, but too many walks in the day. So for perspective, you look around the conference and you realize. You look around the conference and you realize, hey, Tennessee lost a series to Missouri. Tennessee got swept by Missouri this weekend, y'all. So, it's hard to go on the road and win in the league. So, the only school in the West that swept their opening weekend was Arkansas. And the good news is you host Arkansas this weekend. So go take that lead back from them. So anyway, let's see. So we'll say some good mornings here. A couple of things about the game itself. Let me pull up the box score. The walks were the problem. I would have loved to have seen Thatcher Hurd get deeper into the ball game. Didn't. Hurd went just 3 1/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, gave away to Riley Cooper, who did not have his best stuff. I was quite honestly surprised that Cooper came in and actually got a double play to end the 4th. And they sent him back out there for the 5th, and he clearly didn't have it. Did not record an out in the 5th, but allowed 2 hits, walked 2, and really left a mess. Chase Shores came on and brilliantly maneuvered out of trouble and gave you 3 innings and preserved the lead until the 8th inning, where he ran into a little bit of trouble, and then Christian Little came in and kind of punctuated with a couple of walks himself and gave a couple of hits. So your bullpen fell apart late, which is disappointing. There's no other way to say that. You had a great chance to sweep. You didn't. So you won 2 out of 3. On to the next, which is Arkansas in Baton Rouge this weekend. All right, let's say some good mornings here. David Coslin, Truax, good morning. Bubba Smith, Paul Losi, good morning. David Tolson, Dre Marceau, Jeremy Sagely, Andrew McKinney, Jeff McKithen, good morning. Earl, LSU needs to get more innings out of their number 2 and number 3. Maybe Earl, but if you have depth in your bullpen, I mean, look, ideally, yes, you'd get every starter to pitch into the 5th or the 6th inning. But obviously, that's ideal. That's also not realistic for everybody. Yeah, would love to see Thatcher Hurd have gone deeper in that game yesterday. Absolutely. But you had, when Skeens is chewing up as many innings as he is, you had a pretty fresh bullpen. I think clearly the problem was they stuck with Cooper too long yesterday, which surprised me considering the fact that the strike zone was small and he was having trouble dotting it. Shores did well, and then Little came in and didn't have his best stuff. Christian Little is in that role now where you expect him to be your closer, and he came in and struggled yesterday. So it happens. But yes, I'm not disagreeing with you. I would love to see the starters be able to go deeper into games. Everybody wants that, but you have to have a competent bullpen because it's not always going to happen. Tim Gotro, Trivia Carter, Jesse Brown, good morning. Women's basketball looked good. Yeah, man, women's basketball advances to the Sweet 16. They beat Michigan last night, so congrats to them. Moving on. I know everybody's got lofty expectations for them, justifiably so. Bubba Tatum, Larry Garner, good morning. Cody Mayu, good morning. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Donovan Peterson, Reed Rule. Let's see. Took the series so off to a good start. A&M fans are uncomfortably weird. Yeah. The chanting of the pitcher's name, the bubbles, the ball fives, but that's what makes it a good home field advantage. So, flip it, right? So, if that game's at the box and your opponent has a little bit of an uprising, and then instead of having the pressure of the fans, bearing down on you and just compounding the issue, now your fans are supporting you. It's a totally different vibe. So, yeah, let's get home this weekend and see how they do with Arkansas coming in. Remember, Arkansas, good for them for sweeping to start conference play. Excuse me. Because remember, they lost Jackson Wiggins, who's going to be their Friday night guy. Lost him for the year with Tommy John. They lost their closer. They're down some arms. But they swept Auburn. So now it was at home. Now Arkansas's got to come on the road and see what happens when you go up against Paul Skeens in the opener. All right, Brad David, why does college basketball have so much more parity than football? More teams, and it's a sport where one player and the 3-point line can neutralize things. College football is the physicality of football is the differentiator. If my offensive line is 6'5", 310, and your defensive line is 6'2", 280, I win. You know what I mean? So the best teams can stockpile the best players and just be physically superior to your team. In basketball, you can have a bunch of short guys that aren't athletic, can't dunk, whatever, but if they can shoot, 3-point line is a neutralizer, right? You could shorten the game. You can control the basketball. It's just a lot of stuff, a lot of different ways Jason Mobile. I was not going to wait in that line, Jason. No, I was not. Trivia Carter woke up to 29 degrees in Florida in March. Where's the global warming they've been talking about? Paddler 15, Matt, have you ever actually tried watching the WBC? I think whenever it first came out, when it first started, probably watched a game or two. The point that you're trying to make, I'm guessing here, is that if I watched it, I would like it, and maybe I just don't care to. Like yesterday, like I had a full weekend. I spent part of my afternoon, obviously watching the LSU baseball game. I was trying to spend some time with my family, and the NCAA tournament was on. Like, it's not high on my priority list. I'm not knocking the event, and I'm not telling you not to watch. I'm just saying I don't care to. Like, I have enough going on in my life and things to care about. Like, we will never, most of the sports that I watch are things that I know I'm going to end up talking about on radio, and I know we will never talk about the World Baseball Classic on air. So I'm not going to spend my leisure watching something I don't have to, that I don't want to. So I'm not. That was for those that missed it, Friday on AFR, that was the thing with Terrio where he was trying to get me to watch the World Baseball Classic, and I kept telling him, like, I'm not interested. But you'll like it. I don't care. I'm not interested. Let's see. YouTube, please smash that like button if you would. Facebook, like the page, share the post. Lenny Moss, good morning. Why is it so dang cold? Because we always get one more cold snap, y'all. Always. Every year, we always get one last cold snap in March or April. And this is it. Last cold snap, and then we're off to spring. Kevin Banta, good morning, Matt. Do you think Shores was pulled a little prematurely? I don't know so a couple things, Kevin. I don't know. I didn't hear what Jay said after the game, so I don't know why they pulled him. I don't know if there was a tell or something that they thought. As far as the circumstance, he got himself in a little bit of trouble. He might have been near the end of his rope, and you had a rested Christian Little ready to go, and that's his role. I mean, that's Christian Little's role on this team, is come out of the bullpen in the ninth inning, in this instance the eighth, and get a couple of punch outs and get through it. He just didn't do it yesterday. Rick Manuel, good morning. Earl may drop Kling in the lineup, 115 with 8 Ks. He struggled. There's no question. And, it's one thing, I don't mind necessarily the 1 of 15 because that's going to happen in baseball. Remember Trey Morgan the opening weekend of this year? Like, it was something like that. Or he went hitless the opening weekend. And then the first midweek game he hit for the cycle, and now he's hitting 320 or whatever. Like, so you're going to have bad weekends. The problem was Kling not putting the ball in play. The 8 strikeouts were the problem. So, yes, I would probably flip he and Pearson. I'd let Pearson lead off, which he did last year and always gives you competitive at bat. And I'd drop Kling in the lineup, see if it gives him a little more, takes a little more pressure off of him. Daryl Fonda, do you think Jay puts Pearson at the leadoff and drops Kling for now? I don't know what he'll do, but I'd like the idea of that, yes. Let's see, Earl, sometimes you got to tip your cap to the other team. Hard to sweep on the road. It's very hard to sweep on the road, as we saw. So you took 2 out of 3 against a ranked team. Now come home against Arkansas this weekend, see how you do. I mean, look at Tennessee. Tennessee's number 2 team in the country got swept at Missouri this weekend. Baseball, bruh. Paul Osi, A&M marched out lefty after lefty for Saturday's game. Paul talked about that last week. That's what Schlossnagle does. He recruits a ton of left-handed pitchers. He just has a ton of lefties. Childress did that before him, by the way. They just that's what they do. They recruit a ton of left-handed pitchers. Glenn Laurie, what are your thoughts on the Saints free agent signings? Glenn, I would direct you to the After Further Review Saints YouTube channel. I've got videos up on each of them if you're interested. Overall, I think what the Saints have done is they've gone bargain shopping and done pretty well. I don't know if that makes them a contender. I don't think it does make them a contender. But outside of Carr, they've gone bargain shopping for guys that have been productive and are more affordable than the players that they lost. So you know, um, so I like um, what they're trying to do. Right. Let's see. Tybers Hurts. Why is Gardner on his third team? I'm guessing you mean Chauncey Gardner Johnson, who agreed to a deal with Detroit. And I don't know the terms of it. My guess is it's probably just money. Detroit probably gave him the best deal. That would be my guess. Don't know. Keep in mind, Dan Campbell, of course, was in New Orleans where Chauncey was, who knows the player. So, Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck. Rody Yule, when Shores develops and out pitch, he'll be hard to stop. Yes, he's very, very exciting. I mean, a 6'8" freshman that pumps gas, and I think everyone, it sort of unanimously agrees that dude is going to be a weekend dude here. Like a dude. Like front of the rotation guy. All right, smash that like button if you would on YouTube. And if you're new, please subscribe up to the channel. As always, shout out to Brock. If you need an orthopedist, go to Brock. Drew might have hurt his leg, so we might be getting over to Brock soon here to see Dr. Brad Collada. The weird thing is he can't tell us what's wrong, but be kind of limping around, not wanting to walk. So might be having a doctor visit to Brock pretty soon there. Of course, Hudco Roofing. Hudco Roofing. I got Hudco pinned in the chat, so would love to give you that free no obligation roofing inspection. If you have roof issues, think you might have roof issues, or if you never filed a claim after Ida, love to help you out with that. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Jonathan Martin, Weston Weaver, Ransom Antoine, good morning. Shelby Kelly, does LSU have a lack of high leverage arms out of the pen? Not my opinion, just a question. Well, Shelby, here's the thing, man. Like, Riley Cooper came into a lot of high leverage situations last year and did well. I trust him. He just didn't have it yesterday. Happens. We saw Christian Little come out of the pen at Texas in a high leverage situation and was nails. So I've seen him do it. Just didn't have it yesterday. So I'm not going to overreact to a loss because it's baseball and everybody's going to lose at times. I just need them to deliver more often than not. So Jesse Brown, Matt, you would be concerned with the amount of Ks the offense had, like average one per inning. Also, the bullpen had issues with a lot of walks. Is this something they can fix? The walks surprised me more than the strikeouts. And listen, you want everybody to have a patient approach at the plate, but you also understand that if you're going to be aggressive at the plate, you're going to strike out. LSU scored 8 runs yesterday. Or 6 runs. They should have, it was 9 on Friday. Was it 12 Saturday? Sorry, let me see. I think it was 9-0, then 12-4. Was that right? 9-0, 12-7, and then they lost 8-6. So like you scored 9, 12, and 6. I mean, it ain't like you got shut down. If you're gonna be aggressive at the plate, you're gonna have some swing and miss. Like you're gonna have strikeouts. So, I mean, the problem I would tell you is, Kling at the top of your lineup striking out 3 times yesterday, going 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts is a problem. Tommy White, before yesterday, had more home runs on the season than strikeouts. I think he had 6 home runs, 5 strikeouts. Well, he struck out twice yesterday. Well, that's an outlier. Like, Tommy White's not going to strike out twice in many games. So, I'm just not going to overreact to it. I'm just not. If it becomes a problem over many weeks of the season to where they're striking out and not scoring runs, we'll talk about it. But all right, I got 2 minutes left, y'all. I got to go get Drew up. Gregory Carter, Antron Hemingway, good morning. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, man. Same to you. Robert Potts, not a baseball expert on pitch counts. Why is it no longer expected for starters to go 5 to 6 minimum? Robert, I don't know that it's strategy necessarily. It's what do you think you can get out of a certain pitcher. I would have loved for Thatcher Hurd to be able to extend deeper into that game yesterday. It just didn't happen. He ended up with, he threw 74 pitches in 3 1/3. Normally you want to be 12 to 15 pitches per inning. That's an efficient number. So through 3 1/3, he should have been around 45 pitches. He was at 74. I mean, so he was having to work very hard. He might have just been out of gas at that point. So it's not that you don't expect him to extend. It's that he walked some guys. He actually let's see, Hurd walked one. He threw two wild pitches. He hit a batter. Like he gave up 4 hits. So he was just there were high stress pitches over 3 1/3. I mean, so it's not about going deep. It's about pitch count. 74 over 3 1/3 is a lot of work. Let's see, real quick. Joey Metke, good morning. Cajun Country got a brand new Atlas for my wife. She loves it. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Great cars, man. Go see our friends at South Point Volkswagen. Gregory Carter, do you think the Lady Tigers make it to the Final Four? I'm going to say yes, Gregory. South Carolina's on the other side of the bracket, so yes, I will say they will. Matt Plavidal, do we need to fire Jay because we dropped Game 3? I'm kidding. Devin Kelly, good morning. Leon Williams, good morning. Ryan Pike, morning Scone, episode 2, because I'm not going to count the 3-minute video for St. Patty's. Episode 2. How much does a ticket to the College World Series cost? I don't know, man. I haven't been to the College World Series since 2000. So, and then they were like giving away tickets at the grocery store. So I have no idea what they cost, how to get in, all that sort of stuff. All right, I got to go, y'all. My apologies for everybody I missed. I know there's some comments here that I'm missing. I just got to go. All right, y'all have an awesome day. We'll get you LSU Daily coming up, AFR at 3, and we'll see you then. Peace.